EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Hey, wait. We got 4. We got 20.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Jalen Smith coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Right there. 12. Yeah, right there. 54 Mike. Oh, you got deep? Hey, South. Mike's 5. 11. Mike's 5. 4.
On second down, Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
22.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. On third down, that's Freeman. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a fourth down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
54's Mike. Check. Hey, express. 12. I'm coming after you. Wait. I'm coming after you.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling.
Check 50. Check 27.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
12.
Now Ryan on second down. The left side completion to Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 41 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And this one is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Hand off to Smith. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you see the end result. Defensive tackle end up making the play.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Hustle.
The game is to Elliott. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more?
45. Hey, 47. Then we're going to 53. 26.
Here's Elliott. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
Now Elliott, and he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott unable to punch it in. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Tuesday. Hey, wait. Hey, South. Go!
Now Ryan down around the goal line. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
3-3. Go!
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch left. Wide, 25 Sinat. Hey, we are.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Check. 21. Gun.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. Nice move by Lewis. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Switch, and hey. Single. Key in 21. Hey, we're going right there.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
Check.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Gun. Hey, Tuesday.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He's going to sling this deep depth. It got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 57 yards.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54. 22. Coming.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Tight end's right. Even. 4 down. Even.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Let's go. 21. Check.
The toss play left. There goes Devontae Freeman. Freeman to first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 23-yard run. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Here we go, 47. Watch the screen. 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. On second down, Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third and 7.
4 down. Here we go, 46.
Prescott from the gun. He finds his man. It's Austin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
Single, slots. Go. Get out there. Switch, and hey. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 32 yards. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here first and 10.
Hey, 12. We go.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. He got 29 yards that time.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
There we go.
Ryan now
12.
closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's first and 10.
Sam, ready, back 25.
Here's Ryan. And it's rolled in by Austin Hooper. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Ryan now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it first and 10.
Tuesday. Ready, Blue 80. Ready, let's go.
Now it's Ryan. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Hey, wait.
To throw again is Ryan. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Let's go.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Double tight. 12. Four down.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to third and goal. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they want to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. We still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, second and 10.
Here we go. 180. Here we go, get set. Let's go, get out. Here we go, 46. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Under. Hustle.
10 carry now for Allen. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
Get out.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, 47.
A first down carry for Smith. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go, 46.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Wide 80. 4 down. Alert. Gun. Banjo. Here we go, 47. 26.
Prescott now. And that's caught by Beasley. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he's got this one down to the 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
What do you think?
They'll try to look for it with Elliott. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Switch is 8. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They get 6 yards going forward on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, he can go to the air.
I think the possibility exists.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, now he bowls him over. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
4 down. Check. Hey, express. Wait. 57.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan.
Watch screen.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
12. Hey, express.
On first down, Ryan. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Gun. 20. Go.
On second down, Ryan. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
Now that's absolutely terrific technique right there by the corner. Exhibit A. Zone coverage, knew where his man was in relation to the football at all times, and made a nice play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's fourth down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down.
11.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
21.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I know you feel that. 21. Mike 54. 11. Go.
Now Ryan on second down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and that'll make it third down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there, but they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
On third down, Ryan. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Hey, South. Go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. And that is complete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. And now here come the Cowboys. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. Ball secure. Don't turn it over.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
SOS. Start there, over here. Start there.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go, 46. Here we go. 180.
3 down.
Here we go, 46. 46.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He'll look to set up his blockers. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have it.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Get out.
Hey.
26.
They begin to run by Smith. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Crash.
1 yard gain on the play.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Oh, yeah!
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Here we go, 46. 26.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up.
46.
This is 3rd and 7.
26.
They go to Elliott again. A gain of 11 and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Plenty of carry here for Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
4 down, 4 down. Out. Hey, 47. Switch, and 8. 26.
So Prescott here to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's
Just
go.
not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 14.
Hey, here we go. 180. 26.
Prescott to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. David Irving continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.